Hi everyone, how are you doing this week? Well, as for me, I'm doing really well because not only have we not done PE these days, these first few days of school since it's been really hot outside, but also I went to the mall with my friends today. We didn't really do much, but it was kind of nice spending time with them. Anyway, today we'll be reading Pete the Cat and the Wright Brothers by Kimberly and James Dean. Pete the Cat and the Wright Brothers by Kimberly and James Dean. One windy day, Pete the Cat flies his kite outside. Pete wishes he could fly too. Just then, something zooms over Pete's head. Whoosh! Whoa, Pete says. What was that? It's a flying machine. The machine swoops past Pete again and glides down to land on the ground. Two cool cats hop off and Pete waves. Hi, I'm Pete, says Pete. I'm Orv, says one cat. He's Will. We're the Wright brothers. We invent things, Orv says, like this flying machine. Do you want to try it? Will asks Pete. Yes, please, says Pete. He climbs onto the aircraft. The wind begins to blow. The aircraft wobbles, and soon Pete glides up, up, up in the air. I'm flying, Pete shouts. But the wind stops blowing. The aircraft glides back down to the ground. That was super cool, Pete says. But why did it stop flying? Orv and Will show Pete the drawings for their invention. It works like your kite, Orv says. It uses wind to fly. Pete wants to fly again, but he needs more wind. Aha, says Pete. He knows what to do. Pete runs inside. He returns with a small fan. He plugs it in and turns it on. The fan starts to spin and blow. But the machine does not move. We need more wind, says Will. Pete finds a bigger fan. He plugs it and turns it on. Now 2 fans are blowing. But the machine does not move. We need even more wind, Orv says. Pete plugs in a whole bunch of fans. All the fans start to blow at once. But it's still not enough wind. Pete is sad, but Orv and Will are excited. Those fans just gave us a new idea, they say. What if we make a machine that doesn't need wind to fly? Orv says. Orv, Will, and Pete draw new plans. They add spinning parts that look like fans to the aircraft. But now they need a way to make the propeller spin. We can build an engine, Pete says. Together, they build an engine. They turn the engine on. It makes the propeller spin. The new machine starts to move, but will it fly? Time to test it out, says Orv. Orv and Will test the machine. It's a little shaky, but it flies. Yay, it works! Everyone shouts. Now it's Pete's turn to fly. Then Pete lands the plane in front of the school. Everyone cheers and claps for Pete and the Wright brothers. We did it, the 3 of them shout. When friends work together, the sky is the limit. So that was the end. Now, did Pete really help invent the airplane? The answer is no, Pete isn't real. But the brothers in the story, Wilbur and Orville Wright, actually did invent the first airplane. It didn't go very far at first, but the airplanes are really good now. So I guess they made some nice airplanes. Is there an invention that you and your friends have ever made? As for me, we did like build some stuff in science class once, but it fell apart pretty quickly. So I guess we're just not cut out for inventing stuff. But maybe one of you guys are. Anyway, that's the end. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye!